Hi, aloha and great morning, everybody. So welcome. So glad to have you today. I am honored to have a fellow guest, but not only a guest, he is also my cousin. He's my husband's cousin, but I claim him because he's so fabulous. I want to introduce everybody to Larry Davis of Community Business Solutions.
Thank you, cuz. Appreciate you having me on.
Oh, yes. I'm so excited to have you here. So, of course, I know you, right? But everybody else doesn't know you. So tell us a little bit about you and your business.
All right. So born and raised in Ohio. That's why I'm here in Florida, because it's too cold up there. So I was in the Air Force. When I went to the Air Force, my father told me some great advice. He says, pick something that you can have a career in, whether it be the full 30 years or if you're getting out in 4. Don't just take any job to pass time. Set yourself up for the future. I'm significantly older than you, so computers didn't exist. I tested well for electronics. So that's where I started my career, was in electronics. Nice. When I got out, again, family here, family in Ohio, snow versus beaches, not a hard decision. So got on with IBM, started my business midway with IBM as a side business, and then 2011 turned it to full-time and focused on growing my business, which is protecting your office computers and networks and helping you work both home and on site, virtually, how the phone calls works. We help you function so you can continue to be productive and profitable.
Awesome. So what is one thing you can suggest to people when they're experiencing computer issues?
All right, so you've probably heard it 1,000 times if you had called somebody a tech. Reboot your computer. Why are they going to tell you? Because it works. More than 50% of the time, if you reboot your computer, reboot your office phone, reboot your cell phone, it clears up whatever junk may have caused dysfunction. I actually had this this week. Client called and he's having an issue with his keyboard. And he's like, I unplug it, I plug it back in, it's not making a difference. I trade locations. I said, before I come out and bill you for that time, reboot the computer. He's like, what? Just give it a try. 3 minutes later, he's back up and working. That would have cost him a couple $100 in time and parts if we would have come out with a new keyboard, etc. So you know you're going to hear it from us, so just do it before you call.
That's awesome, because honestly, that says a lot about you. You could have just gone out there and billed them for service, but knowing that this simple little, just rebooting your computer or whatever device it is, rebooting that normally fixes the problem, and you save that person. Honestly, you save the money, Well,
you save them money, and yeah, there you go. And so their time also costs money. So yes,
exactly. So awesome. So explain a little bit how there's a lot of computer.
You want to say geeks?
I was going to say geeks, and then I was like, is that not politically correct? Hey, I was a computer geek myself while I was in the military at the beginning of my career. So tell us a little bit how your business is different from others in your field.
Okay, so first of all, we have two silos or two offerings. One is the monitoring. That is your antivirus protection, malware protection, remote support, all of your updates. When you have a problem, as mentioned earlier, if you call and we have a team that can remote on-site your computer. Actually had a client go to his vacation trip to Jamaica, but still had a home loan to close in the middle of this, because we know they don't stop just because you went on vacation.
Right.
I remoted onto his computer in Jamaica and resolved his issue. I have a team with specialists in each area. In the tech world, there's firewalls, there's servers, there's routers, there's modem, there's your computer virus. I have specialists in each department, so we can specialize and focus. That costs too much money to have one person know all of it, and they can't. There's just too much out there in the geek world. So we've got a specialist in each area to focus on what your need is. On the other side, we have phone solutions, office phone solutions. So you take your company phones that you normally have with Spectrum or Frontier, we port them over to one of the many services I offer, And now you are taking calls from your app, from a phone app, you're placing calls from a phone app, so you can control your time and not display your personal cell phone to people that you don't want to have it. And we can navigate it all. During the pandemic, we had one client with about 40 users. Receptionist took her phone home, plugged it into her internet at home. Everyone's extension showed up on her little display, and she was transferring calls to people at their houses just as if everyone was sitting in the office together.
Wow.
Yeah. So that helped keep the office communicating internally, and it helped clients continue to reach the people they needed to reach.
And then, and you offer 24/7 support too, right?
Right. Yeah. So we've got 800 numbers for certain things in terms of what's needed. And then if I'm not available, so what I do on the phone side is we represent several big name brands, the ones that are the largest in the industry to smaller local ones. So if you went to a large company, you're just another number in the system. Yeah. If you went to the website, sign up with ABC Company, you're just another one that you're the person in the system. But if you're with us, we are there to support and walk you through it. And we understand your account. We understand what you're trying to do. We know the person that is extension 2, 3, and 4. So a lot of hands holding and making sure you've got the system and solutions you need.
That's awesome. That's amazing, because you're a small business, but you're not really, you don't act like a small business. You act like a larger business, but you give that little hands-on experience that everybody loves, so that's amazing.
Thanks. And yeah, and that was by design. And I actually named my company, I formed the name of my company, Community Business Solution, because my goal was to help the businesses in the community grow.
That's awesome. So speaking about the community and growing, this last year with the pandemic was, different, right? So how did you take your business and pivot during this last year?
So I've been working remotes for 26 years. So I kind of had the system down.
Okay.
A quick tour of my office. That's one of my techs. Her computer, she logs on from Brandon. You and I are here. Lynette is here, and she logs in from Ohio and works remotely there. And then there's she wants to say hi. And then over there underneath is my admin that comes in to work here. She can work from home if she wanted to. So I knew how to work remotely. So I couldn't do cold calls. I couldn't go door to door knocking and all that type of stuff and scheduling lunches. So when I focused my energy on teaching existing clients how to work remote. Some of them have been doing it, like maybe the Salesforce, but not the internal, the processors, the ones doing the admin, the legwork. So I had to work with them and show them how to work in scenarios like this in a way that fit their office.
That is so awesome.
Yeah, and one more thing you had to look at was, what's it look like for you? Do you need a server on site that everyone accesses? How do we protect your children from getting on your computer and accessing personal files? How do we keep you from going to sites that are not safe for the office environment? This is from a security standpoint. So we sat down and had to talk to our clients and find out what remote looked like for them and what they need, and then custom the solution for them that fit their needs.
That is awesome. Customized, not a one thing fits all, an actual customized. Yep. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Larry. I really appreciate your time. Your business is amazing. So again, everybody, Larry Davis with Community Business Solutions. And I really appreciate you. So
thank you, cuz.
Thank you for being here. Aloha.
Mahalo.